Hello YouTube, I'm Shane.
And I'm Caden.
He's a little man.
And welcome to the shed.
Alright, hey guys, working on a Jeep again today. Again, without the little man. It just happens to be that I have time at the moment and the project shelf is piling up with bits and pieces. There is a whole heap of random stuff to be doing. This just happens to be the time I have, so unfortunately I've just got to work on this by myself. Anyway, today we're going to be putting on, or trying to put on, this bonnet louver. Yes, I already have some vents on there. I've got that as well. Hopefully all of this will help just get that heat out of under bonnet temperatures. So anyway, let's get into it. All right, so this is roughly how it's going to sit. Obviously, I haven't taken anything off yet. This one was built or made by a guy up in Northern Territory. So I know there are ones like the Poison Spider and whatnot that have a little part that comes up here and down. This one doesn't, obviously. So what I'm going to try to do is align it so it is just slightly below the windscreen washer jets. And I haven't really centered it that well, but it will miss out on my vents already. And obviously sits at the front here. Right, so first things first is, let's move this out of the way, is we need to get all these off. I'll pop the lines off the, all right, yep, get those off. Pop the lines off the windscreen washer bottles. And then I believe it's just a matter of undoing these four, what are they? The Torx bits. So let's get into that. All right, so the little, whatever they're called, the little strap, hood strap part, those bolts, well, a 9mm socket fits over it. I'm pretty sure it's actually the Freedom Unit 1 in between the 8 and the 9, but a 9mm works fine. Now these, if you can see, have a little tab either side. If you get a pair of long nose pliers in there, squeeze the tab. There you go, you can just see it. Squeeze the tab and pull it out. So let's get into it. For these, I think I'm just going to take the fitting off at the washer itself. Just pull this off. So give it a try. Oops, might have just broken that one. Oops. Yep. Oh well. New washer nozzle. And for these, it is a T50 Torx bit. Now, from my understanding, we should just be able to lift those latches up. I'll have to obviously unhinge the bonnet part at the catch at the front. And then the bonnet should just come up. Now this will be interesting doing it by myself. So let's try. We'll have a laugh. Alright, so it's off. It's on here. What I'm going to do first is just give these a quick wash down and dry it off, obviously, just to get they're both quite dirty. Then I'll be masking up everywhere and marking it out, but we'll get into that. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is measure the middle between the two washer nozzles, mark that out, and then line it up with this center screw here. I'll check it. I'll make sure it's all lined up. I've got this 3mm just little plate that I'll put down like behind each one, and basically try and align it so it's 3mm off. So the top of this is 3mm off the plate. It's the washers itself. What I think I'll do once that's done, I'll drill out this middle hole once it's all lined up, bolt it on, drill out to the bottom one, make sure it's all aligned, everything's happy, it's all good. Go through, drill all the holes on it, bolt it down, make sure that it's all in that correct position. Then I'll be taking it off and tracing out the rest. But making this up as I go, so let's try that and see how we go. Alright, so I ended up taking a measurement between the bolt holes for the latches. It just seemed like an easier one to take, which was 700, 350 in the middle there. So now I've kind of got this. Hopefully I don't move it, so it's going to sit about 3 mils either side. Anyway, I'll do some final alignments, mark that hole out and drill it. Here goes nothing. Well, there's no turning back now. So on second thought, well, first off, that's in quite nicely. I'm pretty sure I've got everything pretty well aligned, but on second thought, what I'm going to do actually is, instead of doing the bottom, I will work my way around and work my way down. That way, if there is an issue with putting it in the bottom, there's a bit of a bend, or it needs to meet the contours of the bonnet itself, as I work around, it will do that. So when I get to the end of it, everything will be aligned fine. I wouldn't want to put that in, and then as it molds to the shape of the bonnet, there's a mismatch somewhere because it can't get flat, or I've then got to have a bolt somewhere that's not in a nice tight hole. So yeah, I think I'll basically, work side to side, out, and then down side to side, and that way it'll match nicely. Alright, so as I'm going along, obviously drilling holes on top. Now, I knew this had happened at some point, I wasn't sure which ones it'd be, but they are interfering with the second skin below. So there's a little dent there, you can see where I've hit. So what my plan is I'll continue drilling through. That'll go the whole way through, and then I'll come from the bottom with a, I can't remember what this is called now. But anyway, this bit, pop a bigger hole in, so I can then get the bolt and, the nut and washer up from underneath. So let's see how that goes. Alright, so what I've found with these ones is that little step drill bit, that's the word, is only just big enough before it starts hitting the actual proper skin of it, to create a hole that's just big enough for that to sit down, the bolt to sit down, and a socket to go in. So I'll come back with these ones, but what I've got now is I've just got a good old Dremel with a bit on it. I'm just going to take out and dig it out and make that bigger. So it's a lot easier to access, and then I'll come back and do the two up here later, and I'll just keep doing this as I go down as needed. Alright, it's on, kinda. Obviously you can see I haven't bolted the front down yet. I actually snapped a drill bit. So I actually snapped the first one in that hole, And if you can see, it's because I'm on the angle under here, I think. So I snapped that, went, oh crap. Drilled the next one fine. Started doing that one, could hear that it was catching and going on an angle, and then just was trying to be really careful, get the angle okay. Didn't work, so oh well. Now I'll take this off, obviously get that out. I'll do my best to drill out in the bottoms of that one and that one so I can actually get the bolts on. And then I can actually measure up and work out the cuts that I'm going to make this vent work. So basically I'll be cutting out a strip around here. I'll be cutting out a strip around this one. And then obviously that one. I'll leave this centerpiece as it is. But yeah, so anyway, let's get taking this off and then I'll move on to it. Just remembered, before I take this off, I'll draw around the whole thing so I've got a whole perimeter of it. Alright, so what I've done now is put some tape on the inside. You can see opposite the area that the holes that I still need to cut or drill, are. Basically what I'm going to do now is just line it up as best I can, center punch the spot that I think it will pop through, kind of best guessing using these as an idea as it goes along. I'll drill it out and I'll just ream it out with Dremel as needed. So we'll give that a try. Alright, so they're now cut out. They're all wonky. I'm no fabricator, but oh well. Oh yeah, and just in case anyone's wondering, yes, PPE is on. You know, there's been a few comments on some of the other videos about not being wrapped in bubble wrap, so hope you're happy now. All right, now if I measure out down, go about 20 mil. That should be plenty all the way around. That's basically the closest. Everywhere else is good. So what I'll do now is I'll measure out 20 mil from that, and I will mark it the whole way around. Alright, now I could just cut that whole section out and drop this on. It's probably the easiest thing to do. I'm just a little hesitant right now just to jump in with the grinder and just slice it out. What I will do is line this up properly and mark out here, up here, along here, and this little part here, just to mark out and see what just cutting sections out would look like or what it'll do. I can at least do that and then realize this piece can come out and then cut it out rather than take it all out and realize I should have left it. So anyway, we'll do that. Alright, so basically if I cut out along here and back down and up and around, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I think I have cut it all up. Yes, I've butchered some of the corners. Oh well, that's what happens. I'll use a screwdriver now, kind of work my way around, pop up bits and lift it up. I believe like on the underside of the bracing and everything there's a bit of glue or things holding it on, so I'll just work my way around now and try and get this off. We'll see how that goes. You know what, after all this, I will just take that out. It's just flapping around. So Give me 1 second and I'll be done.
More moments later.
Alright, there we go. Nice big opening now. It's still got all the strength in it because it's still got all the bracing through it. None of that's been cut. What I think I'll do now is just grab the Dremel and just tidy up the edges. And then I should just need to rip the tape off and put the louver on for good. Alright, actually the last thing to do before putting the louver on is actually painting all the exposed surfaces to stop any rust or corrosion or anything like that. Now I just bought this. I've actually had it for a while, just super cheap. I got the paint code from somewhere. I think it's on the vehicle. That's it, 155352. And they just made some touch-up paint. So all I'll do is I'll just run around and put everywhere that's exposed and let that dry. It works out perfectly because by the time I do this, I can grab a quick drink and I'll have to go pick the little man up from school. So he can, while the paint goes off, I'll pick him up. And then hopefully when we get home, he can help me fit the louver on and get it back on the Jeep. And guess who's here now?
Hello.
Hello. What do you reckon?
Better not stuff it up.
Hope not, hey. Alright, well, trust you to show up after all the hard work's done.
Yep.
Have to be at school learning stuff, getting your learn on. Anyway, we'll put the louver back on and do it up, and then we'll put it back on the Jeep. Sound good?
Yep.
Let's get to it. What do you reckon?
Looks like a duck.
Looks like a duck? Show me the duck.
The side and the beak.
Quack, quack, quack. Alright, you reckon it looks pretty cool?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll get it onto the rig. How's that sound now? Excellent. All done, yeah?
Yep.
Pretty good. You like it?
Yeah.
I reckon it looks pretty good.
Except it looks angry.
Angry? There's no angry grill on this. Anyway.
Angry ice cream.
Oh God, no. Yuck. Alright, that's it. Another mod, off the shelf. Another one down. Pretty cool.
Supercharger next.
No. That might be a little bit. Alright.
Bye bye.